Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on the new CoverGirl Clean Matte Foundation. And this is basically a relaunching of their old clean and sensitive, or clean and oil controlling foundation. However, this did get a new look with a new logo and it got reformulated. So the formula is different. They also came out with the new CoverGirl Clean Matte Pressed Powder. So I got both of these babies. The pressed powder is kind of just simple powder. It's supposed to be oil controlling, so for the most part this foundation does come in all of the original shades, so there is about 12 shades. I believe I have the shade 525 Buff Beige. I didn't get the one after this, which is Medium Beige, just because I feel like Medium Beige tends to oxidize on me and I tend to look like an Oompa Loompa. So as far as shade wise, there is a selection, but at the same time, if you're somewhere in between certain shades, you're kind of stuck going either lighter or darker, which is definitely my case. However, it did end up blending nicely into my skin as it wore throughout the day. So CoverGirl Clean Matte Liquid Foundation gives you all the shine control you want. This foundation for oily skin has a formula that is made with oil absorbers that control oil, plus conditioners that help prevent dryness. Best of all, it won't clog your pores for a clean, shine-free face. Also, so this formula says it won't clog pores, it's unscented and oil-free foundation, it's suitable for sensitive skin, non-acnegenic, and dermatological tested. Now, there isn't much to know about this foundation so far, just what I'm reading off of you based on the Jet.com website, which is the only website to have it listed as available to sell. I know that CoverGirl also launched a BB cream, which I'll be reviewing tomorrow for you guys. So with that being said, this foundation does retail for about $7, $7 to $8. I don't exactly remember. I found it at my local HEB. CVS is supposed to have them in stock. However, when I went to every CVS, they did not have them on the shelves. And even at my local HEB, which is a grocery store, if you don't live in Texas, now you know. I went to HEB and I was looking for it, but I could not find my shade. They only had the old oil control formula, and they had this foundation, but in like the darker shades. So I had to go to like 5 different HEBs and I found it, and I think this is too light, but it works for me. So without wasting any more time, I'm just gonna go ahead and insert the demo now. So okay guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is shake up the foundation. Now, because it doesn't have a pump, I am having to kind of pour it out old school style, and this is really messy just because, you know, it's just the cap. I'm gonna go ahead and take out some product, and it's very liquidy. It kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Fit Me, and so I have a lot on my hand, and this is in the shade Buff Beige. So I'm gonna go ahead with my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm gonna apply it to one side of my face. As y'all can see, I do have some acne right now. I do have a lot of redness. I tried out a new Chanel foundation last night, and I think the scent or the perfume in it like made me break out. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Real Techniques brush and put it on the right side of my face. So I've applied the foundation to the right side of my face, and for the most part it did even out my skin tone, but I can still see some of my big blemishes peeking through. This is definitely more of a medium to full coverage. I'm not sure if you can build it up. In this case, I can't be like this is one layer of foundation because it doesn't have a pump, so I have no idea how much I'm really supposed to be using. So now on the left side of my face, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, and I'm just putting it into the leftover foundation, and I'm probably gonna grab more. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it onto my So I've applied the foundation to the left side of my face using just the beauty blender, and I have to say guys, I absolutely love the beauty blender side more than I do the brush side. I just feel like it gave me a more cleaner application, and it just evened out my skin tone so perfectly that it still blended into my skin. I feel like with the brush it could easily get cakey. Not that it's cakey, but I feel like it could easily get there. I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a little bit more, and I'm gonna go ahead with my Real Techniques buffing brush, just apply more to this side to kind of see if I can layer it on. So now that I've applied a second layer of foundation onto the right side of my face with the buffing brush, I have to say it looks way better, and it's finally getting full coverage. So this is a full coverage foundation, and what I like about this foundation is after it sits on your skin for a bit, it kind of blends in, so it doesn't stay so pasty. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more to the beauty blender side. So I finished applying the foundation, and I have to say, guys, I kind of do love it. Like, it really covered everything up. It feels really lightweight. Even though I layered it on, it doesn't feel like there's anything on my face. It blended in nicely, even though it is a tiny bit too light for me. I do think that it's gonna start to oxidize or whatever, but in this case, oxidation is good. So before I go, I almost forgot. I'm gonna go ahead and take the CoverGirl Clean Matte Powder, which also got repackaged. I'm not sure if they changed the formula on this, but in this, I am Classic Ivory. I'm gonna go ahead and just put my brush in there and kind of just pat it on all over. I really like the powder. It's very loose. It's almost like a loose powder even though it is pressed. Like, I just feel like you can just get it everywhere. I love that feeling because you can actually like bake or cook your foundation with this. I don't know, I like it. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so it's 1:36 in the afternoon. I just finished applying the rest of my makeup. I kept it kind of natural as far as like lipstick. I just kind of put mascara on, some bronzer, a little bit of highlight. Other than that, I'll be back in a couple hours to check back in with you. I really like the way the foundation feels on my skin so far. I can't really feel it on my skin. It's one of those foundations that you put on and you forget you're wearing makeup. And I love the coverage. Like, I am totally fangirling over this foundation so far, but again, with CoverGirl and it being a drugstore brand, I can't expect the best, so I'm gonna have to see if, you know, the longevity of this foundation is gonna work. It's 1:38 p.m. and I'll be back later to check back in with you. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's been about 9.5 hours since I initially put on the foundation. I have to say, guys, I have been out and about all day. I was at the mall. I was shopping, an outside shopping mall here in San Antonio. That being said, I also went to the dog park. I was sweating like I don't know what at the mall, at the dog park, and the foundation stayed intact all day, so I'm actually like really impressed. However, now that it's 9.5 hours later, the foundation is starting to break apart here on my nose. Everything else just is kind of getting slightly oily, luminous. I don't know how to describe it. I don't look like a grease ball or anything, but at the same time, I don't look super matte anymore. And it's one of those things where you can notice up close. Like, I know here in my T-zone, I'm kind of starting to get kind of luminous, dewy. But I don't want to say oily because I don't think it's oily except for my nose where it's breaking apart right here. It's also breaking apart here on my chin, which is normal because those tend to be the places we tend to touch most. I don't know, I'm kind of like showing y'all what I do. Throughout the day, I only touched up one time, and it's when I went to the doggy park because I was super oily. But other than that, I haven't touched up and the foundation looks amazing. Because I have nothing bad to say, I'm just gonna go ahead and conclude the video. I definitely give this foundation a thumbs up. I don't feel like my skin is reacting to this. It's not making my face itchy. I don't think that I'm going to break out from this. Like any other foundation review, if I do break out from it, I'll let y'all know down below. Who do I think would benefit from this foundation? I think anybody with combo or oily skin would definitely benefit from this foundation just because it is such a good oil control formula, but it's not drying whatsoever. When I was putting this on my face, I didn't feel like it was drying out. I didn't feel like it was clinging to anything. I do have dry patches up here on my forehead towards my scalp, and this didn't cling to it whatsoever. It applied really smooth. It does dry fast on application. However, I felt like it was really easy to apply. It was really blendable. So I definitely think if you're looking for a drugstore alternative to anything for oil controlling, because there's not a lot of foundations out there that have oily skin types, and when there are, it's very limited in terms of drugstore, or they're too heavy. I think this is a great alternative, and to be honest, this kind of reminds me of the Estee Lauder Devil Wear. So if you're looking for a dupe, definitely check this out. Honestly, that's the closest thing I can think of high-end wise that this relates to, because it kind of has the same consistency, it kind of has the same full coverage. However, it is not as mattifying as the Estee Lauder Devil Wear. I do think with a little bit of touch foot, this could easily last you 12 hours, because even now I don't feel uncomfortable. It's starting to feel heavy, but I think I'm just tired. But I do think this is a great foundation if you're looking for something that is going to last you all day. I love this, guys. I'm actually genuinely impressed. I have not tried a drugstore foundation that I've absolutely loved or that has lasted me all day besides the L'Oreal 24-hour foundation. However, that foundation isn't as full coverage as this. I feel like this is super full coverage, and I absolutely love that because, like I said, I have acne scars and this covered everything up. My only con to this foundation would be the limited shade ranges. I feel like CoverGirl really needs to expand their shades, but I do think this is a great foundation. I had never tried the old formula, but I remember one time I swatched it on myself and I hated it. It's great. I actually do like this powder. I feel like I'll be using this powder with any other foundation just because I do think this is a great setting powder that really does oil control your whole face. Like I said, I only touched up once, so that's crazy to me because if I was wearing anything else, I would have touched up like 3, 4, 5, 6 times with my Paparazzi and then a powder on top. I give this foundation a thumbs up. I really do like this. I initially thought I was going to return this, and I don't think I am. So yeah, guys, I love this. Love, 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 love. Go get yourself this. So yeah, guys, that basically concludes today's video. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and add me on Snapchat at DGAFpanda. And if you watched this video all the way to the very end, let me know what your favorite oil controlling foundation is. Let me know if you want to see a favorite foundation video. I haven't done one of those in a while, so definitely let me know down below. So yeah, guys, DGAFpanda video is a foundation review. I haven't done one in a while, but this is exciting because this is a foundation that I've been wanting to try for the longest time. I never had the money or